So in this video, you want us to make counter arguments against the anti-vaccine lobby, and I personally think pardon my French, but I think it's dumb. Why would we want to stop vaccinating our children? Why stop something that has been effective for so long? If we've pretty much rid the U.S. of measles, mumps, chickenpox, they make a cure so every so often, Spanish flu, smallpox, and many other different diseases by vaccinating. Over the years, wiping those diseases out. Why would you want to stop now? Why would you want to potentially bring back these diseases? And I think where the problem is that people are terribly uninformed. They think everything that has a chemical in it is unsafe, like with the vaccines containing mercury, like you said. Our bodies produce more formaldehyde in the day than any sort of vaccine we get. And that type of mercury you was telling us about, it doesn't have any harmful effects, and it's not like it's going to cause us any neurological damages, any neurological dysfunctions to our body. So I think a lot of what's going on is people just being misinformed and misguided to the point where it's starting to get out of hand. From taking this course, you learn that your immune system, it works in so many different ways, and one of the ways for it to work is for the body to know what to work against. So with giving vaccinations, it gives your body the opportunity to fight against whatever vaccination you're getting, so that in turn if you get affected by it naturally, then your body would know how to stop it. And so again, why would you want to stop the system that works? What is the purpose of it? Like for a prime example, I was reading in Minnesota, there's a Somali American community who's for years been trying to stop vaccinating, and it's finally up until a few years ago they finally went ahead and allowed it to happen. They stopped vaccinating, and now they're having a huge measles outbreak, and it's growing rapidly in this community. And this potentially is going to threaten everybody in the outside world too, because one or two people from that community go out to the world, and it can spread the measles to those few people to those few people's children, for example, who decided, we're not going to get our children vaccinated now. There's no purpose in that. So what's going to happen is going to spread, because no matter with all our medical developments that we're creating, if we quit vaccinating, all of these old diseases are going to reemerge. Like as an adult, you can look at yourself and if you were vaccinated, you can tell yourself, I was never, we get sick, we catch the flu from time to time, but we never caught any of those major diseases after being vaccinated. So why, now in the 20th century, would you want to stop, 21st, or would you want to stop and stop doing this for your children, just because for right now there's no major disease going around? I mean, the H1N1 just that came and went. People are still getting vaccinated and everything for it, but why all of a sudden now would you want to stop? That's really my question for it. And so, like, I know in Texas, I was reading, there's about is in Austin, Texas, there's about 20 the schools there are a few private schools there, about 30, 40% of the children are not being vaccinated. This is in Texas, one of the largest states in the U.S. So these few children aren't getting vaccinated in Texas. I mean, that's just, everything can boom just from here, because Texas has such a large population, and these diseases can go back and forth. It doesn't stop it at any one person. So I think, like I said, I think the people who are following this movement are just, uneducated and are too afraid to sit down and actually do the research. They're just, going by what they're told, because a few doctors say, you don't need to vaccinate your children, it's okay, and then they're gonna just go with it. And the protest is going on. It makes no sense at all. To say, you vaccinate your children, they're gonna potentially come down with autism. That's not true. That autism can start from the parents and can come from birth complications at an early age. So it's just, to stop vaccinating right now, I think when America's at its peak of its population, and with everything that's going on even now today, I think it wouldn't make any sense. And right now we may not see I guess you would say my generation or the next being infected, but they're going to slowly see a rise in these different diseases that are going to reoccur, because the body is not going to know how to fight against it. Once one spikes up, it can just lead to many more infections and diseases in the body. So I feel like the anti-vaccine lobby is just, it may be a cover up for something else, but it just makes no sense at all. None at all.